Alright, so this is a comparison review. I bought 4 sets of flashlights. 1, 2, 3, 4. Both of these came in sets of 2, that came in a pack of 4, and this one came in a pack of 1, except it came with the cool accessories. So, as you can see, all of them came with charging abilities. They all came with battery or charging ability, so you didn't have to buy accessory batteries after the fact. At the moment of doing this video, these ones were $12 for a pack of 4. This was $17 for case, nylon case. The adapter for AAA batteries, it came with a battery, what is that, the 18650, and the sleeve to hold it, but you could also do the 16500 or whatever the other one is. And then it also came with the battery charger that plugs into the wall. And that is the only way to charge this one, whereas these you can actually charge it right out of the actual unit. So it's got the plug right on the top, plug it into any USB charging port, and there you go, that's the charging on it. This one, same thing as these ones over here. The battery is inside. You could actually pull it out and charge it in one of these units if you already had one. Otherwise, it comes with a USB port charge. So, charge cord on that one. And then the Gabriell ones came with their own charging units. 4 batteries total, 2 in each one. All these flashlights are made of metal, a solid material, so if I lift each of them with their batteries in them, they all feel like solid flashlights, right? So I bought them all for different purposes and also to see which one was, in my opinion, better. So these ones are about 300 lumens. This one says it's 5,000 lumens. Don't know if that's true, but it's a very bright flashlight for sure. These ones say they're about 1,000 lumens, and that was only in the comments section. Same thing with this one. It says it was about 1,500 lumens, I believe. But again, it was only in the comments section. Either that or it said 2,000 lumens. But either way, there was not actually anything in the details of them. Most all these, that was the only one who had Kuni in the brand title of the actual label, whereas everything else didn't actually have a brand name on it, and this one even had a different label in the marketing photos. So all these are pretty much off-brands, if not the same thing, just with different labels on them than their maybe originals or whatnot. And so that's basically the general gist of them. All of them feel like a solid material, a solid weight. These are 300 lumens. Like I said, about 5. It says 5,000. I'm thinking probably less. About 1,000 lumens, maybe even more in my opinion. And that one's also about 2,000 or 1,500 to 2,000. It says so. In terms of usability, I wanted these ones specifically for the car. These ones both have cob ability, so it has the extra flashlight on the side here on those ones, and this one I can extend it right there and it turns into a lantern, whereas all of them have a multi-light option. So these ones, it only has 2 options, right? Your front flashlight, the side light, and then off, right? In my opinion, overall, this was the best of value at $3 a flashlight. Put them in your purse, your car, your bedside night table or whatever. I like the ability that I can actually just charge it straight off of the cord versus having to pull a battery out and then charging it into some port somewhere. So that's going to be really great in the car. Same thing for this one. I wanted that for the car because I could charge it right into my cigarette lighter versus having to somehow connect this into my car. So that's really why I got these 2. This one right here I got because I've always wanted this specific style, the XML-T6. It's a nice solid look to it. I just thought it was a really solid, sweet flashlight. Came with some extra things on it. This one ended up being about $16, $17, including the case and everything. Don't know if it was actually specifically worth that much, but it definitely is a bright flashlight, so yeah, it's worth it. But that case is cheap, so I'm probably just gonna chuck that. It does come with the ability to have the adapter right here, so if I didn't want to do the chargeable batteries, which I do, I could do that. So that's price and functionality on that one. This one ended up being $20 for the set of 2 of them, so about $10 a piece for these ones right here. And then the Gabriells over here, these ended up being $23, so for 2 of them. So overall, inexpensive flashlights, nothing glamorous about them. Do not expect a $100 flashlight. But what you can expect is some really great quality flashlights overall. I will say that, in my opinion, that's definitely, I think, my best purchase out of it. My second best purchase, in my opinion, would be these ones right here. And we can go through the actual light function of each of them. So if we start off with the small ones, again, these are about 300 lumens as advertised. 2 functions, one straight out. It does have a zoomable feature, so I actually can get a really far view. I can see these on my Amazon box outside. It's about 20 to 30 yards away, and it's a really bright flashlight for being so small. And again, 2 functions. This one right here, the next level price up for, but actually the most expensive if I'm talking about one single unit. The XML-T does have a zoomable feature. So there's my brightness factor right there. It is a white light, definitely on the cooler side, whereas this one over here, it's a little bit on the warmer side. I don't know if you can tell that, but it is. About the same flood level on, the smaller one has a little bit smaller of a flood level, or flood opening. And then obviously the zoom feature, very, very, very bright light. And then you can cycle through all of these. So this does have a bright feature, medium, and then a light feature, or a soft feature, and then strobe, and then SOS. And if you leave this on for 10 seconds or so and click it off and wait 10 seconds, it will not need to cycle through all over again. So about 16, 17 bucks for that. You also got the case and the nylon case and the adapters and whatnot. So then jumping over to these two, these ones, in my opinion, were probably the best option. I think it has the widest flood on it, so it gets the widest, just immediate light without actually doing any zoom on it. And then as I zoom, it is a very, very bright light. Whereas if I adjust the XML-T6, I can see they are both extremely bright next to each other. This one definitely is brighter. It's also got a larger, I don't know what you call that, but beam light right there once it's fully zoomed in. But as I'd mentioned, the flood on this is way better, and I think gives off plenty of light. It is definitely on the cooler blue. In my opinion, it's got a little bit of purple blue color in it, whereas this one's definitely more of a white blue in terms of color. As mentioned, this one has multiple features, so if you cycle through them, it is the bright, the lighter, so softer, and then strobe, and then, oh, I missed it. And then no SOS on this one, excuse me, just the strobe. And then if you click and hold, then you get the, what they call a cob light. The other cool thing about this one is they are magnetic on the backside, so you can actually magnetize them onto anything obviously magnetic, so if you're working on your car or whatnot. So that was again why I wanted to get these ones for my car, so that way I can work on my car outside at night if I needed to. And then also obviously just the ability to get a really bright flashlight. So it says on the website about 1,000, but that was just 1,000 lumens. It was just on the comments section. I think it might even be a little bit brighter than that in my opinion. So that's that one right there. And then the Gabriell. So this one I'm probably most disappointed in comparison to the other ones. That being said, overall it's really not a bad flashlight. It is solid material. It's a heavy piece. It does have the adjustability, zoom, and whatnot. If I hold it up here, again, in relation to this one right here, this one definitely has a wider flood circle. Oh, just turn that off there. This one, unfortunately, I'm really kind of annoyed at it because I actually have to cycle through every single one every time, no matter how long I leave it off. So I actually, if I just use my bright feature, I have to cycle through all of them all over again, from the medium to the very light to the strobe, and then also the SOS to be able to get back to my bright. That also being said, in my opinion, the bright, just go back to this one over here. So the bright one, in my opinion, this one is actually brighter than the Gabriell. It's smaller, but in my opinion, it's actually brighter. And so in my opinion, I like this one better than this one. And then up against the there we go. The XML-T6. There's definitely a brightness difference. So this one definitely is overall by far the brightest. This one, if it were me, I wouldn't spend that money again on these ones specifically. That being said, if I'm just looking for a two-piece flashlight and I wanted something a little bit bigger than these, it's really not a bad flashlight. It is heavier due to obviously the size of it. But in my opinion, if I was to do it over again, I probably wouldn't get these. That being said, I also had an issue with the charger on these. I charged both of them overnight. One was red still, the red light was on, flash red right here, whereas the other one was green. And when I was feeling them, one of them, basically I put it into this charger, and it wasn't actually fully charging the batteries. So you get what you pay for. They're only $10, $12 flashlights each, so not bad in comparison to some of the other nicer, really bright flashlights. I don't know about longevity. I haven't had any of these long enough to actually know anything different, but overall, if I was gonna do it all over again, and I just was gonna buy 2 sets of these, I would definitely buy these 2 right here, and these ones, for the fact that I can just charge them anywhere. I don't need a special charger. And for brightness factor, this is plenty. And it also gets a bigger flood than this one, even though this one is actually brighter, the XML-T6. So, hope that helps. If I was to do it all over again, definitely these guys, #1 choice. And then those guys for sure. Those are perfect for gifts or anything else that you can think of for just small spaces of having extra flashlights around the house. So anyways, hope this was helpful for everyone out there looking for some inexpensive flashlights.